emotions come pouring out. One of the greatest nights in Milwaukee sports history ends in a coronation. And the brilliance of the young man from Athens.
When your best player is 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you're just not going to win. That tension bleeds over to the environment of the team, the culture of the team, and most importantly, the levers and misalignment across the organization. You think about your ownership group, your management, your coaches, and your players. It bleeds into all of that.
You know, the next time I'm getting cooked for something that I should be really good at, but I'm not actually doing good at, I'm going to quote Doc Rivers. Look at my resume. Google me. The next time I'm bricking shots in 2K on a lock build, right, I'm just going to tell people, look at my resume. Google me. You see 2.4 steals per game and a 96 cap breaked perimeter defense. I don't know why y'all thought I was going to be able to be a consistent 3-shooter in this game, even though NBA 2K26 is one of the easiest 2Ks to green in years. You're probably wondering, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Milwaukee Bucks. I think it's just time to move on from caring about the Milwaukee Bucks. It's time for Giannis Antetokounmpo to move on from dealing with the Milwaukee Bucks, and this franchise just got to blow it all up. Allow me to explain. What's going on, guys? BoxInOne here, again, a basketball and sports content platform created by roischand and myself, Joachim. Today we're going to be talking about the Milwaukee Bucks. There have been a lot of reports. I mean, Shams has been dropping straight nukes on the Milwaukee Bucks franchise, but I think it's so funny because nobody really cares. This is a bottom 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. You don't have Giannis, and everybody's just kind of like, okay, well, we thought Giannis was going to get moved in free agency, and then he was like, nope, but I am a call sheet partner now. And I know there was $23 million or so invested in me in terms of odds of where I was going to go as my next chapter for teams, and I maybe made some money off of that, so it wasn't insider trading, but I did get an influx of cash going into the platform that I invested in, even though technically speaking, Adam Silver said I had less than 1% of stake, so it didn't go against NBA platform and policy, but it still looks pretty suspect. That's why when I look at this situation now, I'm not saying Giannis deserves it. I mean, he's been with this Bucks franchise for 13 seasons now, really, if not the best player in the franchise's history if Kareem didn't exist, but still an argument for the best franchise player. I mean, first ring for Milwaukee in 50 years. What he did on one knee in 2021, absolutely incredible stuff. I've always been somebody who's been a little bit critical of that ring just because KD and Kyrie and James Harden were not 100%. It was KD, one leg James Harden, Jeff Green, Mike James. Joe Harris was doing soul searching somewhere else. It was just a body. It was a vessel of Joe Harris. It's like Kenjaku from Jujutsu Kaisen, who took Geto's body, but it actually wasn't Geto, and Gojo got surprised. This is like somebody was in Joe Harris's brain at the time, but it wasn't actually Joe Harris himself. That's why he was missing all of those wide open threes in overtime. But that's a entirely different discussion in terms of the validity of that Bucks ring. It's a valid ring. Obviously, they won it. It's just one of those rings where you kind of feel like, would you have gotten here if everybody was healthy? I'm not sure, but it comes with playoff basketball. You got to stay healthy in order to win those championships. I digress, so that was a little bit of a tangent. The point of this video is Shams has been dropping absolute nukes on the Milwaukee Bucks. We're hearing conversations about player meetings ending bad, Kyle Kuzma standing up for teammates, and then him getting a do not play the next game because the coaching staff is punishing him. We're hearing that on February 4th of this year, the Bucks came close to sending Giannis to Miami in exchange for Tyler Hero, Kel'el Ware, and multiple picks. And then ownership decided to hold Giannis until the summer to get a stronger offer. The issue is, though, I don't think people truly want to throw that bag for Giannis. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers probably have the best package with Evan Mobley. I think the Cavs also provide Giannis the best chance of winning because you have a young player. The Los Angeles Lakers, as much as I don't want to include them in this discussion, they do have guys like Reeves. They could maybe throw, if you threw a bunch of picks and a package around Austin Reeves and I don't know, Braun. Unironically, that probably would do it. Austin Reeves and Braun would probably net you Giannis, but I don't think Braun would want to play a single second in Milwaukee with Kevin Porter Jr. So that's probably not going to happen. But the point is, you had everybody in a bidding war with Giannis for the deadline. I mean, Minnesota cleared out space. Miami was offering a bag. The Warriors made an offer. I just think people don't realize how fried the market is now. When Luka Doncic goes for 1 first-round pick, after we've seen guys like Mikal Bridges go for 5, 6 first-round picks, Rudy Gobert go for 4 first-round picks, the market is so unpredictable for these perennial generational talents that I don't think teams are willing to sacrifice their entire futures to get 3 to 4 seasons with somebody in Giannis, who also in the media is so flippant. He's like, in 6 to 7 months, maybe I want to leave. Then he requests a trade, and then he posts on Instagram, I'm not leaving. And then he's like, I hate playing for Milwaukee, but I love the city, but I hate the organization. It's just like he has to pick a side. Giannis has to decide, does he want to be a Buck for life, like Kobe, like Steph, like Dirk and them, or does he want to be a winner in life? He's already a winner in life. That's not a sub or a shot at Giannis Antetokounmpo at all. Beautiful family. I'm not talking about him as a human being right now, but I'm saying Giannis is the player. You can go win chips with other guys. You want Cleveland with D-Mitch and Harden and maybe Jared Allen or Mobley, whoever they decide to move, so one of them is going to be gone? That's scary. Giannis on New York? That's scary. Giannis with Luka? I don't want the Lakers to get Giannis and Luka, but that's scary. Giannis with anybody. Giannis in San Antonio, because that was one of the moves made last year. I think the Spurs at this point are a little bit too locked into what they have. The only thing I could think of is maybe you're like, goodbye Keldon Johnson and De'Aaron Fox, which, truth be told, if I'm San Antonio, if I could somehow make that happen and throw a bunch of picks, I really wouldn't be against that move, especially since you have Harper and you have Vassell and you have Castle, Champagne, Barnes, maybe a Johnson, Barnes, Fox plus picks, maybe somebody else. I don't know. I'm not saying do that, but Giannis in San Antonio was scary. Enough about Giannis, though. The Milwaukee Bucks and this whole Doc Rivers situation is such a weird situation, right? Like, Doc Rivers to me is a scammer. He's straight up a scammer. This is a guy like, yeah, I took teams to the playoffs that weren't expected to be in the playoffs. That's my resume. That's what he was saying in the team meeting. I'm thinking that 2008 Boston Celtics team that had Rajon Rondo, who was a walking 8-9 assists per game, possibly double-double. I mean, Rondo has 25 assists on 2 points. And it's not even the assist record. Scott Skiles has it, but still, Rondo got pretty close in the shot clock era. Kevin Garnett, who at one point on Minnesota a few years back was in MVP voting, and he had 27.713 with 4 stocks, and this is Kevin Garnett, who didn't take threes. He took them really long twos. Imagine if KG took threes. And you have Ray Allen, who's a 20-plus point per game scorer on the Milwaukee Bucks, and Paul Pierce, who was already going band for band with Braun in Boston when he was a Celtic before having those guys. That team that wasn't supposed to make the finals. The second super team in the 21st century, the first being Kobe, Shaq, Gary Payton, and Karl Malone, but the second super team and maybe the first one in the East that was constructed to beat Kobe Bryant, that Boston Celtics team, you weren't supposed to take that Celtics team to the finals? I mean, if you're talking about multiple blown 3-1 leads and then almost blown a 3-1 lead with the 76ers against the Raptors after being up 3-0, yeah, I mean, maybe them. But I truly don't understand why Doc Rivers is employed by the NBA sometimes. I don't know if people just fall in love with the one ring, they fall in love with the culture, people just like hearing him talk in the locker room. Is he a locker room guy? I'm very confused why he's allowed to again and again and again go to different franchises, give you nothing, get fired, and then go to a different franchise and give you nothing. I don't get it. And this is not entirely Doc Rivers' fault, right? I mean, a Milwaukee Bucks team that has Giannis and Ryan Rollins and Kevin Porter Jr. and AJ Green and Bobby Portis and Dieng and all these different guys, but not really a true number 2, and the same organization that let Dame go and waived him to clear out space for Miles Turner. You know, it's one of these things where it's really odd, and the same organization that didn't want to get Ja Morant because, we got Ryan Rollins. Like, I get it. In my head, though, I would much rather keep Rollins and get rid of KPJ and just send KPJ to Memphis, in my personal opinion, but I digress. So it's not like you're dealing with the best organization either, but I don't know why Adrian Griffin got let go. They were 13-12, and then you let him go, and you like, screw it, let's get Doc Rivers. Like, that was cool and all, bro. That roster issues I should have learned from my last series. Like, that was cool in LA in 2015, bro, but we're in 2026 April. Why are you still employed? Why are we running the same Doc Rivers gimmick like outside of 2008? He's really getting anybody a chip. Why are we allowing this? Why are we allowing this? Milwaukee, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what your plan is. I don't know if you looked at Doc Rivers and say, yeah, he's gonna, like, this ain't Cheddar, this Quiche, this ain't Doc, this PhD Doc Rivers. But, like, please stop getting fooled. I'm asking the entire NBA, stop getting fooled by Doc Rivers. The entire NBA, stop getting fooled by that man. He is tricking you. He is putting spells on these GMs to keep him employed, and I don't understand how they are still falling for it. In Giannis's case, bro, just leave. Like, you keep doing this back and forth thing. Like, maybe if I, like, jump off the jet enough, they're gonna maybe be like, oh, well, they're gonna do right by me. No, they're not, Giannis. You're not bigger than the program. Please leave and go somewhere where you can get a ring. Please, bro. You're a generational talent. It would be a shame to see your career go out like this. That's really all I gotta say about it. But the Milwaukee Bucks are just really weird, and honestly, everything considered, probably one of the biggest disappointments in the last 4 years in the NBA. With that being said, though, guys, that is going to do it for us today. Again, as always, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow these socials in the description, and we will see you all in the next one.